Ooh, hello.
Wow. Tis Halloween. Tis Halloween Eve, actually, when this goes live, which is Devil's Night. Do I talk about Devil's Night in the podcast at all? I love to talk about Devil's Night.
I don't actually think you did.
Wow.
You guys were too busy giving spooky greetings, talking about how many episodes of Buffy ripped this episode of My So-Called Life off.
Wow.
The first seed, this is a real thrill. Allow me to spoil some of the podcast you're about to listen to, gentle listener. The very first seed of Feels Like the First Time is planted in this episode as Joanna recounts what you said after some tequila about what you thought you knew about Star Wars and then what you learned from Joanna about Star Wars. So that is a real treat that I think everyone will enjoy.
Wow. Yeah. She still, to this day, she still talks about how my response to him being a water farmer was her favorite thing of all time. I'm happy to keep everybody happy, you know?
Can I just listen? Maybe people have listened to this up. Can I just say something?
Yes, please. That's why you're here.
So
moisture farmer. Sorry.
Kristin famously knows nothing of any classic films, or didn't until Joanna made her watch them for the Patreon exclusive podcast limited series. Feels Like the First Time. The very best thing is that your takeaway from your instruction from Joanna is the Darth Vader quote, as you understand it. Hey, Luke, I fucked your mom. Instead of the more common translation, Luke, I am your father.
I mean, mine has a particular ring to it, if I do say so myself.
No, it does. This is also the episode where you become a graham cracker. And in a moment of, I mean, I wish that I could say I was surprised. It's really just par for the course for Joanna Robinson. And that when you set the standard, when you set the bar so high and then you just repeatedly hit it, you know, ultimately it just becomes expected that you're going to say genius things. She says, welcome to the box. And then she says, welcome to the sleeve.
There's only one Joanna Robinson.
She also does something while you guys are taping without missing a beat. She does something on the side. She multitasks, and I'm not going to say what she does, but I'm hoping, Kristin, that you still have the asset that you can share on socials when this episode goes live.
Great. Hopefully I do. A mystery to all, including me.
In this episode, you guys make a solemn vow to one another. It's 2019 at the time of this taping, and you swear that in 2020 you will wear Halloween costumes that you promised to one another in this app. Did it happen is my question.
No, but I mean, as everyone knows, any promises made in 2019 for 2020 were legally legally null and void.
Yep. Okay, fair.
But we can reactivate it. I mean, we are re-airing the episode, so perhaps the promise becomes made once more.
Let's hope so. And then a couple things from me. I just wanted to say, because Ricky is possessed by the spirit of the song Blue Moon in this episode. And I want you to know, Kristin, that when I had a little band in high school, one of our favorite songs to play was Blue Moon, parentheses, instrumental. Mostly we played like Green Day and Nirvana and Cranberries songs, but we also loved to play an instrumental rendition of Blue Moon, for which we would set up a strobe light.
Oh my gosh.
Set up a strobe light.
Know, I mean, once a genius, always a genius, as I like to say.
I mean, I don't know about all that, but
I feel like there was a and maybe this kind of humor or energy still resides with the youth, but I feel like in the 90s and the early 2000s there was a certain like, this would be fucking funny and weird and stupid and awesome, right? Energy, you know, like just like really with us and present.
Yeah.
So that image of you in a strobe light with doing just an instrumental of Blue Moon just like really checks out, you know?
You know what doesn't check out? Why do Brian's pants need to be washed separately? Kristin, can you help me understand?
Because Brian. Like, literally the answer is always because Brian. Brian is our little anxious. I don't even have a classification for Brian, honestly. I think that Brian is like one of those guys, kids who will probably future be one of those guys who's like socially awkward to a point. And so like, you know, when you like don't know what to say, so you just say something, even though the thing you're saying is actually like completely inconsequential and might not even need to happen.
What he's really saying is, please talk to me.
Exactly. That's the vibe that I get. Like, probably his pants don't need to be washed separately. He just is like, say a sentence, Brian. Your pants are on the table for discussion. What can you say about pants?
Yeah. Also, a lot of magazine cover talk in this episode. Kids' magazines were like a blog made flesh.
Jenny,
print out your blog, put it on a newsstand.
I can't believe that we would possibly get you up here in the intro to this Halloween episode and not hear about perhaps some Halloween costumes that you wore, if any, in high school.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. What can I tell you? There was a costume. Maybe I've talked about this on a recent pod somewhere. My mom sewed a shark costume. Maybe I talked about this because in the episode when Patty was like sewing dresses for
that makes sense. Yeah,
her and one of her daughters. It was like a sort of like the shark is vertical and then the mouth is open and it's covered in mesh and that's where your face is.
This
so that was
this
a costume.
Is when you're little, or this is your high school?
That was sorry. That was like probably 5th or 6th grade.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine high school Jenny inside of a shark costume.
I think like 7th grade. So in my school, 7th through 12th was all in one school. Okay. So I like kind of mushed them together. I obtained a shirt from the Halloween store that was from the Aliens franchise.
Okay.
And it was just a long sleeve black t-shirt, but it had a chest burster exploding out of it.
Wow.
So that I think I wore in 7th or 8th grade.
I was just talking about chest bursters yesterday.
Who are you?
Well, I said, I have a complicated relationship to pregnancy. Sure, it's fine. I don't know. There's a body inside of my body. It's weird. And the body is starting to really make itself known. And so that's weird and crazy and kind of cool. And I said to Avanti, at the very least, I know what people felt like right before the alien burst through their body. Only a certain subset of the population can have the general idea of what it might have felt like right before it got incredibly violent and gooey.
That feels valuable. That feels like, research worth collecting.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Now I know. Now if I'm not pregnant and I have that sensation, I will be able to identify that it's possible that a chest burster is inside of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I can catch it before it bursts.
Yeah, just hold your breath.
Yeah. Anyway, back to your Halloween costumes.
I can't remember anything that I dressed up as during high school. If we went to high school together and you happen to remember what I was for Halloween, could you tell me? I know that when I turned 21, which is after high school traditionally, I had 2 themed birthday parties. One I had while I was home from college, so it was like a no alcohol party at my parents' house, and we all dressed up as various personalities from the WWE wrestling franchise.
Do you want to know what my brain filled in before you completed the sentence? Frasier, the television show Frasier. Why? That I knew it wasn't real, but that's what my brain did.
Like, what would that even be? Just like
Frasier,
suits?
Niles,
like a white button up tucked into some slacks.
Somebody could be the dog.
Somebody could be the dog. Somebody could be Eddie. That would be nice.
Somebody could be what's her face, fucking from Cheers. The wife. She's a good time.
Oh,
yeah.
So, but there's a lot of lost years in there between 7th grade and the age of 21.
You were probably just like really cool. I mean, I also don't have a lot of memories of dressing up in high school, except for this memory, which I'm sure I talked about, where, of course, I got my custom fangs. But I think like kids of our general tilt would do like black nail polish and maybe like wear black lipstick or something. You know what I mean? Just kind of like go a little darker and then like walk around the neighborhood with our friends, So anyway, did you dress up in high school, listener? Did you not? Did you simply put on black lipstick? Let us know. Hello at Friendcast.
Cool. Well, without further ado, should we get into it?
Yeah.
Let's go now. Go.
I told Tino about your book, so we are going to meet here tonight, outside the school, at like 9, because it's a witchy number, and we're going to contact the spirit of Nicky Driscoll. Finally, it's Halloween. Ow! Ow!
Oh my goodness. Wait, let me do it spookier. Hello and welcome to a very spooky Boiler Room cast. I am Kristin.
I am Joanna.
Really, I really threw you under the Halloween bus there, Joanna.
That bright orange bus just came barreling at me, and what did I do? I froze.
If you don't know where you are listening to the Boiler Room cast, where we talk about every episode of My So-Called Life one at a time, spoiler free, and it's also Halloween, so there's that.
This is the episode where we talk about I Only Have Eyes for You, written by Marty Noxon, directed by James Whitmore Jr., which was first broadcast on April 28th, I'm sorry.
That's not actually.
Okay,
no.
This is the episode where we talk about the Buffy episode Halloween, which is written by Carl Ellsworth and directed by Bruce Seth Green. Released, October 27th, 1997?
Not that one either, actually.
Oh,
a little
sorry.
closer.
Okay, this is the My So-Called Life episode Halloween, directed by our old pal Mark Pisnarski, written by Jill Gordon, and released also on October 27th, but in 1994, 3 years before Halloween first came to Sunnydale. So
wow.
You don't have to know what we're talking about, but you will know what we're talking about when we talk about the Buffy episodes that were very heavily inspired by this episode of My So-Called Life.
Yeah. If you're already a Buffy person, you're there with us.
You already know.
It's pretty bananas because wow. I mean, this is the first time I watched the episode since becoming a Buffy-phile. And Joanna had told me, had sort of been like, this is like a fucking combination of these two episodes. And so when I watched it today, I was like, oh my God. Yeah. It's really on the nose.
It's pretty shameless. We're taking Joss Whedon and all of his writers to court for how they shamelessly ripped off this episode of My So-Called Life.
Joanna and I are going to dress up like lawyers.
Barristers.
For Halloween.
Wigs. Robes.
Yep. Powder faces.
Yes.
Well, they have powder wigs.
No,
I don't know.
You're thinking of geishas again, Kristin.
God damn it. So I'm pretty sure you know which episode this is, but if you don't know what episode it is, it's the one where Rayanne dresses up as a goddamn fucking vampire, thereby altering the course of Kristin Russo's life history forever.
Oh, really?
There's no episode. Listen, there's a future episode that has a scene in it that like really sticks with me, like as like a standout. But this Rayanne as a vampire, Joanna, like it formed like all of the cells in my being that were like waiting to coagulate to create my human self. Like they came together when I saw Rayanne as a vampire for the first time. Truly.
So you are the Brian Krakow of this episode.
I truly am. I would have definitely skidded to a halt at the bathroom door, and I would have also locked us in the stairwell. I would have for sure held Rayanne as she lied to me about lying on the floor in the dark. All of it. Yep. 100% Brian Krakow.
Oh, you're so lame. No, you're lovely.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Angela's fucking look at the opening of this episode is maybe one of my favorites. She's wearing like a orange tie-dye strappy dress over a black t-shirt with like some autumnal colored lipstick. She looks amazing.
Her hair is like looks like it's darker than usual, and it's like matches. We've talked before about how much we liked that the characters on the show seem to wear clothing out of like a closet, right? This is an exception, I feel like. I feel like we only see this look in the Halloween episode, her most autumnal look. She's wearing a black shirt with an orange dress, and this is like as close as Angela feels brave enough to wear a costume. You know what I mean? I was looking it up because this is this, if you were not a child of the 90s, is one of the most iconically 90s looks. Usually it's a white t-shirt under like some sort of black strappy dress. But like this is the this is like the Reality Bites look. You know what I mean? Like this is the look.
Totally.
And I couldn't I was trying to remember if it was like a baby doll tee or a baby doll dress. But so it's a baby doll tee. What those t-shirts were called, right?
Yeah.
And then just, a strappy dress of some kind. So it's a look, but Halloween.
It's a look, and I've seen it coming back. Like if it's not already fully back, it's on its way.
It's a great look. Bring it back.
Yeah, I agree. We've actually had some major disagreements over at Buffering the Vampire Slayer about this. Jenny is not a fan of the look. I've never wavered in my fandom of this look. So I'm glad to have an ally here.
Yeah, I'm here with you. And I really like that this is Angela being like, I really want to wear a costume, but I'm too much of a chicken. So look, it's black and orange. I'm kind of doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which also checks out with the like them pulling things from their closet, right? Because it's like you do on Halloween or like on a special day, maybe you're like, oh, you know what? This would be a good day for this random orange dress that I never wear any other day of the year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of dresses that people don't want to wear, Patty wants literally everyone to wear her flapper dress.
My mom had a flapper dress that she wore for Halloween. Yeah, she wore like I just remember it, some costume party. She wore a flapper dress, and I immediately thought of that. I was like, yeah, I feel like every mom has a flapper dress. Yeah. Also, I want to like be very much myself and go a little too deep, a little too early, and say that I like that the opening shot is like from a pumpkin interior pumpkin.
Yeah.
Making some sort of like mask for Angela. And this episode is so much about like identity and trying on different identities and different masks and like what those masks reveal about who we really are. And then something we've talked about on this show before when we're talking about the show, we talk about Angela, her hair dye and her whole look that transforms her at the beginning of the series is about her trying on an identity. You know what I mean? So like this is such a distillation of that theme in this episode. It goes for everyone in this episode. So
Totally. What is it like to watch television and also be really smart?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Ask yourself. Look in the mirror and ask yourself that. Kristin Russo.
But yeah, I thought of you with the interior pumpkin shot because of how much you love the interior sweater shot too. You know, I was like, oh, this is another fun one.
I know, like that's a script line, right? You know, you say like shot daytime interior, whatever, and I just want to be like pumpkin interior sweater interior.
The only other thing I want to say related to masks before we leave this opening scene is just the dynamic that's set up at the jump between Angela and Danielle, because it's something that I did not realize when I watched this episode because I was way too busy like just running into walls thinking about Rayanne Graff, was the sister ness of this episode. That it's such a massive Angela Danielle episode too, and that starts in the opening scene where they're like fighting, but they're fighting in a very like cute kind of loving way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I like the bickering that happens in the kitchen here and like how quickly it becomes like a it escalates. And then Angela kind of tries to walk it back like later when they're just outside the kitchen, but
Yeah.
you know, you got the upper. You got to be careful, Angela, with your younger sister. You got the upper hand at all times.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that Sharon is a cat.
I don't understand it. Like, she's so obviously a cat. I don't understand. She's not like her. She doesn't even look like remotely ratty, so I don't get it.
She doesn't, but I feel like the mask or whatever you call the nose was where she went wrong. You know, like I think that she would have been a more convincing cat without the little plastic nose thing.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents. Nobody asked for it, but I give it to you anyway. Sharon Tursky.
but hands off the tail is pretty great. We should say really quickly that Angela says to wear a costume is like scary, and there's a couple times in this episode where people talk about things that they're scared of. And I just liked that idea, you know, to wear a costume is scary. And I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Remember that time in your life where all of a sudden wearing a costume to school, like maybe you still kind of want to, but you're like, that's not cool anymore.
Yes.
Damn it. And this is sort of like what the Sharon thing where she's like, I still want to go trick-or-treating. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the Sharon story in this episode, but it's the Angela story too, where she like wants to wear a costume, but she's like, that's not what, you know, cool teens do, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then she's immediately corrected when she gets there and all of her cool teen friends are totally wearing costumes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually feel like I have a more visceral memory of that like in between space for Halloween than I do for like Christmas.
Yeah. Oh,
like
absolutely.
I remember being like I wanted to go trick-or-treating past when like it was cool, and I think like my friends did too, so we would still do it, but like joking, you know?
Yeah.
So Joanna, I thought of you in this scene in the classroom because the teacher is dressed as something, and I am going to posit that the teacher is dressed as a Jedi. Am I correct? No? Is that a no?
You are right. You are right.
I'm right.
A very famous Jedi,
Okay.
yes.
I have no idea what a Jedi looks like, but I gathered from the line that she says later about like, you will now read your books. And then I remembered that there's something called Jedi mind control. So I put it all together.
Jedi mind tricks. She is dressed as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The Jedi.
Is debatable, but a very like one of the top three Jedi, right?
Okay.
Certainly top 3 Jedi. Played by Alec Guinness in the original trilogy, played by Ewan McGregor in the prequels. Yeah.
Wow.
What I love about that, and I think the teacher dressed as Obi-Wan Kenobi is the thumbnail for this episode, at least on Amazon Prime.
It is.
And so I was like,
I was confused every time I saw it. I was like, who is that?
when I saw that, I was like, Star Wars, so timeless. Anyway, yeah, not.
Yeah, in case you're listening and you don't know, I have not seen Star Wars somehow.
Yeah. I thought we had talked about that on this episode, on this podcast, maybe not. But yes, Kristin has not seen Star Wars. And the best time of my entire life was after some tequila, Kristin telling me what she thinks Star Wars is about. I've never laughed so hard in my life.
It was pretty good. I feel like it could be a spin-off.
I'm really mad we
podcast,
were not recording when that happened. Anyway,
I wanted to let you all know that one of the things that I said was that I did a voiceover for Darth Vader, and I was like, I said, Luke, I fucked your mother, right? Is that what I said?
Okay, first of all, is this the detour people want from this podcast? You have to keep this in, Kristin. All right. Here's what happened early on. We were talking about Luke and what he was doing at the beginning of the film, and I told you he was a moisture farmer, and that sozzled your brain for like 20 minutes.
Fascinating.
You were like, a moisture farmer.
The fuck is a moisture farmer?
See, I feel like I did a good Kristin impression just then. Moisture farmer. All right. So you said that for a while, and then so later when we got to like, Luke, I am your father, which is what Vader actually says, you were like, hey, Luke. What you didn't know when you were being a moisture farmer? I fucked your mom.
If anybody that casts Drunk History is listening, I'm here for hire.
Drunk Star Wars with Kristin Russo. So good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so their teacher is dressed, their teacher who has it out for Jordan. Well, okay. We talked before about, is Jordan smart? Is he not? And like, is that even like a fair question to ask and whatever? I will say this episode, I really felt like so bullish on behalf of Jordan. Like, okay, he's been cutting class really conservatively a month. That's bad. But, for her to be like, I don't have time for the bad kids. I'm like, lady.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, Team Jordan in this episode.
Yeah, it's a shitty moment for that teacher, but also like you and I have both been in high school, but I've also been to many high schools as an adult person doing talks and things, and have been in environments where the teachers really are like, this is their attitude, there's bad kids and there's good kids. And it's a super fucked up way of teaching, I think. But also Angela has this really
so good.
Could be so far to date, first 9 episodes, maybe the most Angela little monologue.
I'm ready for it.
Where the teacher's like, does anybody know Jordan Catalano?
Yeah.
Does anybody know Jordan Catalano? That question got to me. I mean, I'd had 7 conversations with him, and 1 really bad kiss, and 1 amazing one.
Angela?
But did I know him?
Does anybody know Jordan Catalano?
Does anybody know Jordan Catalano?
Oh, it's so good.
I laugh every time. It's so good. Anyway.
All right. Then what you've all been waiting for. Rayanne is shaving her fucking legs in the sink.
And there's blood. Did you ever shave your legs in the sink at high school, Kristin?
Did anyone?
Does anyone know Jordan Catalano? I feel like there are some girls in my high school who could have gotten away with shaving their legs in their sink, and I would have just been like, "That's so cool." But no,
why? Why?
No.
Why would you choose to do it in the bathroom sink at the school?
I don't know, man.
I mean,
it's such a weird. I mean, like I started. When did you start shaving your legs? Do you remember?
I was very upset because I feel like I got to the point where I wanted to shave my legs and I wasn't allowed to shave my legs yet, and that was very upsetting for me. I wrote about it in my diary. So.
Okay. I remember.
So I'd say 12, 13.
Yeah. What grade is that? Like 6th, right?
Yeah. 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah. I was in 6th grade, I think, and some girls came up to me, or maybe 6th or 7th. I had pretty fine blonde hair. I didn't have there were some girls, there are some women who can just get away with not shaving and no one can tell because they have very light blonde hair. But I remember that some girls came up to me and they were like, you don't basically kind of you don't want to be caught not shaving your legs. And I'm not even going to say the girl's name because she's not listening, but just in case, they first name, last name to girl with very dark body hair. And we're blank blank. And I was yeah, no, of course I don't. But also fuck them for that. Anyway, and I went and I did not, this is before children had YouTube and could look up how to do things on YouTube, right? And I did not have that relationship with my sister or my mom. So I went and stole shaving cream and a razor from my parents' shower and then
oh God, both of my ankles just hurt when you said that.
and just tried to figure it out.
Oh my God, were you a bloody mess?
Not a mess, but it was, yeah. Anyway, so when
a lot of nicks.
When she nicked herself, but by the way, she nicked herself in a place that you never nick yourself.
Yeah.
Unless your razor's super new or you know what I mean? Should have been an ankle is what I'm saying. Anyway.
But also, this fucking girl walks, what's crazy to me is that Rayanne is not only shaving in the sink of the bathroom, but that the girl that walks in is now this is why the drains are clogged. And I'm wait.
Is this a common occurrence? What is happening?
Yeah, what the fuck is happening? More importantly, Rayanne is dressed as a vampire. And I just want to take a moment to give all of the credit where credit is due for her beautiful hair, where her blonde streak has now gone white. She's got the widow's peak, I believe it's called.
Yes.
She has red under things and velvety over things. She's got something, if it's not docks, they're close to docks on her feet. And listener, she has custom fangs. This is why I purchased custom fangs when I was a high school freshman. This was the reason, was because the Halloween after this episode, I dressed up as the vampire that Rayanne was. And I bought custom fangs at like the Albany Halloween shop, molded them to my teeth, and then never stopped wearing them. And that's when I became goth. So it's just, it's all very important to me.
I have you ever make-upped yourself a widow's peak?
I haven't actually.
Okay.
I don't think I even did it that year.
That is like one of my favorite details. Like the hair is incredible. The fangs are incredible. Everything is amazing. Her whole look is amazing. But the fact that she like make-upped herself a widow's peak and it actually doesn't look crazy.
Yeah. She / the makeup
Yeah,
team did a
good job, My So-Called Life TV makeup team. Absolutely.
Ricky is dressed as Brian, which is also unbelievable. He's wearing the infamous 3 shirt, and he borrowed Brian's clothes. They're becoming really good friends.
And he has like, I think the technique is called, I think of it as marcelling, which is like a 1920s like sort of flapper thing you do to your hair. But his hair is very, he's got these like, it's like, don't pay attention to my hair. Like these, it's beautiful. These like beautiful waved like look, but it's not
Finger
his like
curls. Is that what they're called?
Maybe. Anyway, he's very not Ricky. And I like how Rayanne later's like, you look good without makeup on. And I'm like, I mean, he looks good no matter what, but he looks better with makeup. He looks like beautiful with his eyeliner on. He looks beautiful no matter what. But like, don't hide that light under a bushel is my point. So.
So Rayanne brought Angela a costume, which I think is a cute detail, because like Angela, like it doesn't seem like Angela has spoken to anybody about costume or no costume, and it like the fact that Rayanne is like, you know what, Angela's probably not going to wear a costume. I'm going to bring her one. It's just a very cute little best friendy thing. So she dresses up basically as like a 1960s student. Very appropriate. Somebody emailed me, I think when I just suggested the seedling idea of doing a My So-Called Life podcast, and the email was like, listen, can we talk about the fact that in the My So-Called Life universe, ghosts just exist? And like, it is like a pretty solid point, because
ghosts and maybe something else too, right?
Oh, yes.
We'll just say the supernatural exists.
Right. Like, exactly. This, because, we're talking about these 2 episodes of Buffy that took this and sort of split in 2. But that's Buffy. Like, we're in a universe where like ghosts and like people can turn into their Halloween costumes. But My So-Called Life is like probably one of the more grounded shows in reality. So the fact that this ghost of Nicky Driscoll is just like a full character,
not just
that everything that happens with him is just taken as real.
I feel like this is a common 90s story. Like I feel like this could have happened easily on an episode of like Boy Meets World too, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like this is just like a thing, is like there would be a haunting. I feel like usually it's from the 50s, or maybe I just watched that episode of Buffy which is called I Only Have Eyes for You like way too many times. We should say that Andrew Kavovit, who plays Nicky Driscoll, he's an actor from the 90s that I very much recognize. And I was looking at his CV. He was on like an episode of Full House, an episode of Married with Children. He's just like one of those guys who would like show up, and he's just like such a distinctive face that I just like when he showed up here, I was like, oh, it's that guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Andrew Kavovit.
Kavovit.
Or however you pronounce it, as Nicky Driscoll, going like full. Could you have hit the nail further on the head with the like 60s greaser,
right? Yeah,
like, look here. The hair.
He kind of is more of a greaser than like John Travolta, even.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, you get this shot of like, I mean, there's the whole urban legend of Nicky Driscoll that we hear about in the bathroom.
Oh my God, Sharon's going hard on the urban legend, by the way.
There's this great shot
moment he died.
Right, where they like bring up Nicky Driscoll, and then like Sharon, who has gone into the bathroom, like the stall, just like the camera just like she just pops up, and she's like, oh, I'm done with whatever I was doing in there. Yeah, let's talk about Nicky Driscoll. Like,
yeah,
let's do it.
One thing that I want to say too is I've begun collecting facts on Tino because Tino, we learned, loves hospitals. He also loves Halloween. So I will be keeping a record of all the things that Tino loves. So far, I've got hospitals and Halloween. You can email us at boilerroomcast@gmail.com if I have missed any, because I only just started the list.
Does anyone really know Tino? You know? Yeah, Ricky starts singing Blue Moon. Which it will not be the last time someone sings Blue Moon in this episode. He's like humming it. It's creepy. I find it creepy. Like,
it is creepy,
you know. And then Angela discovers that she's got a class of 63 Halloween Hop ticket in her pocket. Yeah. So she's got the thing she's wearing as pockets. Have we gotten to your best use of flannel already?
No, we sure have not.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Does that mean we have different best uses of flannel?
No, I think I know what yours is, but I will just say we've gotten to my backup, and so I'll just hold my backup in my pocket just to make sure we don't have the same one.
For the listener, just so you know, before we started taping, Joanna was like, "Listen, I think we might have the same choice for best use of flannel, and that cannot happen 2 weeks in a row, so I have a backup." So we're like really looking out for you, or at least Joanna is.
I just want you guys to be fully entertained. And if you don't have two individual pieces of flannel to like discuss, then are you getting your full money worth, like your money's worth for this episode? I don't know. All right. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Kristin Russo.
I'm
what
here.
do you think the show is trying to say when Angela sees Nicky Driscoll's ghost and then she sees Jordan Catalano in the exact same spot? I just don't understand the subtle message that the show is trying to give me.
It's hard, because like as I mentioned at the top of the episode, like I'm not like the smartest television viewer. So like I'm not really sure what they're going for when she sees first Nicky Driscoll and then a giant monster clouds her vision and then the monster moves away and there's Jordan Catalano.
Can I just say the most recent time I looked at this scene, which was when we were scanning the episode for potential Buffy actress in the episode, it was the first time I really noticed the monster. And so like I was like staring into the dreamy eyes of Nicky Driscoll, and then all of a sudden I was like, what is that?
It's like the monster is just in the frame for like 2 beats too long. You're like, when you watch it, you're like, we get it. You're trying to move Nicky Driscoll aside to replace him with Jordan Catalano.
You're like, also, sorry, let me look at the actors again. Andrew, come move it. Jared, in. Go. All right, we're clear. Monster.
Yeah, they did that in one take. Like the monster really had to block it for them. So, Joanna, before we go on, because you just made reference to the fact that we spent almost a half an hour before we started taping the episode, because we were told by those of you who are Buffy fans, as we both are, that Mercedes McNabb appears in this episode. And so I was like, oh, of course, she's probably one of the two like girls in the 1960s flashback or whatever. But then she wasn't. And Joanna watched it also looking for Mercedes McNabb, and we couldn't find it. And so we spent... like, I'm not joking. It was almost a half an hour just scanning every frame of the goddamn episode. We
were
found
like, how old
Mercedes
was she?
McNabb.
She was like 13,
Yeah.
So like we were like, is she one of the trick-or-treaters? Is she in the costume shop? Is she in the English class? Is she like, where is she? We couldn't find her.
Where is she? So her name is Connie. She even has a name in the credits. So
she's on IMDb. This is on Mercedes' Wikipedia page. Like, we tried.
We tried so hard, and we're taping this episode. I'm actually going to email Mercedes McNabb and be like, listen, you're credited in this episode. Can you tell me where you are? But I'm asking you also to please let us know where to find her, because we really tried and we didn't find Connie. So
we were like, hashtag where's Tino, hashtag where's Connie.
Where's Connie? The true mystery.
Is she under that monster head? Is she like, I have a lot of questions.
Does she work at the costume shop?
She's stocking shelves. But yeah.
Speaking of the costume shop, Joanna,
Well, did I do it out of order? Does the Jordan scene come after the costume shop?
Yes, but also, who cares?
Okay,
you know?
well, just like
they get it
really quickly with the Jordan scene before we go over to my favorite woman on the planet.
Yes.
Angela says, like, basically Jordan's like, well, I bother to go to class. She's got it out for me, blah, blah, right? And then Angela's like, don't let her tell you who you are. Like, don't let her tell you. She doesn't get to decide who you are. And that's, like, just a further underlining of the theme of the episode, which is, like, you know, who are you? What are your masks? What are your personas? Who decides who you are? Et cetera, et cetera. So
also, Jordan's hair looks great in this scene.
Oh, like somebody got to blow out. Somebody got to blow out for Halloween.
Seriously, I'm like, that is like that's always my hair goals is Jordan's hair in this scene.
And
like,
I feel
it's just like a slight wave.
I feel like Jared's doing this like nail biting thing that maybe he hasn't been doing all along, but he does it a lot in this episode, and it really underlines the whole like I'm only 60% in this conversation. You know what I mean? That he's always giving off. So yeah.
Right. Totally. Also, since you mentioned that there's some clues about like Nicky and then Jordan, I thought it was fun that the Jedi teacher in the beginning was like, speaking of apparitions, where's Jordan Catalano?
Whoa, spooky.
Right? And then I was like, oh my God, then he was an apparition. Okay. So let's go to your favorite costume shop that's ever costume shopped.
Listen, I texted Kristin exactly one thing about this episode, and it was, oh my God, I love Costume Shop Lady. Because I do.
She's unbelievable.
She rules. And what's crazy about the whole Mercedes McNabb mystery is that she has a character named Connie on IMDb. It says Mercedes McNabb Connie. Costume Shop Lady is just Costume Shop Lady. Like this legend,
truly,
Harriet Leader, is just listed as Costume Lady, and I just love her to bits and pieces. So
the delivery of every single word that she says is perfect.
Perfection.
Let's give her. I've put together a small smattering of Costume Shop Ladies phrases. So here you go. Happy Halloween to you.
Please don't say you want Power Rangers. We're out. Everybody's out.
I love your costume.
What costume? Today's Halloween. Yesterday I could have got you Bill and Hillary. Let this be a lesson to you. Don't always leave things to the last minute. Look, dollface, I've been doing this for a lot of years. They're gonna fit like a glove. Trust me.
Yesterday.
Oh, she's good.
Yesterday, I could have gotten you Bill and Hillary. Today is Halloween.
Oh, okay. So we leave the costume shop. Fucking Rayanne comes barreling down the hallway after the Jordan apparition situation.
Scene, yeah.
And she's like, yo, we have a plan. Fucking Tino, who loves Halloween, is going to meet us here, and we're going to like fucking resurrect the ghost of Nicky Driscoll. We're meeting at 9 because it's a witchy number. And then she howls and runs off.
She says,
I love her.
She goes, finally, it's Halloween. And she howls. And I looked at that and I said, that's the most fucking Kristin Russo thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, I'm telling you, she's really formed who I am.
Finally, it's Halloween. Oh! Kristin in a nutshell right there. Yeah.
Truly. Okay, so Angela goes to the library. She's like fascinated.
This, by the way, is how you know that there are commercial breaks in this episode, because we go from a Rayanne and Angela scene to a Rayanne and Angela scene. And back in the day, they're like, they hope you will have forgotten that when the commercial breaks happens. Or possibly in the original cut of this episode, there was a scene here where Angela met a student named Connie, played by Mercedes McNabb. And they had a nice little conversation in the library about where you find the yearbooks. I don't know if you looked at the Liberty High yearbooks.
Yes. They're all, first of all, their colors are appropriately orange and black.
Why are they Halloween yearbooks? That's my question.
Well, that's what my inner monologue was like, why are they Halloween yearbooks? And then I was like, oh, are their colors orange and black? I justified it immediately.
I don't think so because like haven't like the cheerleaders we've seen, aren't they in like yellow and blue? Like I feel like they are not a Halloween High School, but I would watch a TV show called Halloween High School.
Halloween High.
I would watch Halloween High, and it's just basically every episode is a Halloween episode because like Halloween episodes of shows they're
the best ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Halloween High, where every episode is a Halloween episode.
So the Halloween yearbook gets pulled out, and Angela is looking at Nicky Driscoll's picture, or in memoriam, really. It's not even his yearbook picture. And Rayanne is like, "Oh, he's totally your type." And so this is the first of 2 times that we see the Rolling Stone Kurt Cobain cover.
Right.
And it comes right after Angela says, or I think it's a monologue, right? When somebody dies young, it's like they stay that way forever, like a vampire.
Right.
And we see the Kurt Cobain cover. Kurt Cobain, so this episode aired October 27th, 1994. Kurt Cobain died April 5th, 1994. And this was the cover of Rolling Stone on June 2nd. So this is like 6 months. It's only 6 months after Kurt Cobain has died, and it's only, a handful of months after this cover has come out. There was some I saw in one of the trivias for this episode, well, they used the June cover of Rolling Stone, but it was an October episode. And it's no, because this is this issue of Rolling Stone is, it's a massive issue. I mean, losing Kurt Cobain was formative. We've talked here about Generation Catalano. I feel like this Kurt Cobain dying was one of the biggest markers of our youth here. But I will say, so Joanna, did you have your age? What did you have an experience of did you know Nirvana before Kurt Cobain passed?
I definitely, I was not cool enough to listen to Nirvana, but I definitely knew Nirvana. And I knew Courtney Love, and I knew, the cool kids who were, I was in middle school when this happened, but the cool kids who were in bands in middle school, all wore Kurt Cobain shirts or Nirvana shirts and stuff like that. And honestly, I have such a crystal clear, when you say My So-Called Life, for some reason, my sense memory is it being in my science classroom in 8th grade. Someone was passing around or talking about the petition to keep it on air, and it was me. Should I use the first and last name of this kid? Yeah, Sam Boletto in my class, definitely wearing in that sense memory, definitely wearing a Kurt Cobain shirt.
Wow.
And that's those 3. Science classroom, 8th grade, My So-Called Life, Kurt Cobain. Sam Boletto, all sort of mashed up into a very, very, very strong memory for me. So yeah, I associate it with My So-Called Life, the death of Kurt Cobain. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I feel like my experience was similar, right? I wasn't really cool enough to have known. I didn't. I knew it was massive, but I didn't feel it as massively as a lot of people that I was friends with who had already formed a deep bond with. Yeah. Kurt Cobain and the music of Nirvana. I actually had that experience with Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon. That was a band that I was really, really into, and I loved Shannon Hoon. A lot of the men I liked had very long hair and beautiful features, and Shannon Hoon was one of them. And Shannon Hoon also died super young, and so that was somebody that I remember being more shocked, which is crazy to say, right? Because you're a kid of the 90s, but I just hadn't had as much of an intimate connection with Nirvana until after Kurt Cobain had died.
And I'll say something that makes me sound a wee bit elderly, and that's okay. But I kind of, not to sound morbid or whatever, but I kind of miss this physical media representation of the death. I had, for me, a major Rolling Stone cover that was on my wall for several years was when George Harrison died, and they did a George Harrison cover of Rolling Stone, and and just had the dates on it and stuff like that, right? And so this let's pause and take a moment and really consider this person who has died. And I feel like, you still probably sometimes get that with like a Bowie or something like that. But I feel like oftentimes what happens when a celebrity dies is like you see it on Twitter and someone's like, oh, like it's this like weird flash in the pan performative like grief thing, and then it's like over. You know what I mean? Because there's just too much going on, and it's just sort of like we're inhaling everything all at once in the way that we inhale media, and so we're not just like pausing and stewing in something. And Kurt Cobain, the fact that to you and me, it's not weird that someone in October would have that June cover of Rolling Stone. Is like a complete alien concept in 2019. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I actually had almost all of my Rolling Stone magazines still up until like 5 or 6 years ago, because I got Rolling Stone for years and years and years, and my dad like kept them in the garage. I think I still have a handful of them, though I don't know which ones we wound up keeping. But yeah, you just like kept them, you used them for your wall, I miss that too, actually, a lot, because it really was like a foundational piece of growing up in the 90s.
Well, I think nowadays you'd be hard pressed to talk about magazine covers the last few years that you remember that magazine cover, whatever. But like when I was, growing up, like it's gonna sound so dumb, but I was obsessed with Vanity Fair. And so like I can tell you that's not dumb. That's so cool. I can tell you many Vanity Fair covers. I can tell you Rolling Stone covers too. I remember like there's like Gavin Rossdale with his leather pants on, like whatever it is.
Gavin Rossdale, you don't even want to get me off on that tangent, because I don't know that I fell for like any rock star harder than I fell for Gavin Rossdale.
It was so much. So, and that Rolling Stone cover is a lot. So,
oh God.
Yeah. So, shout out to physical media. It's dying, but it was once here. So there you go.
Oh, and it was beautiful when it was.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies just to see if you could save some cash? Well, Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
I've got a homicide in Springfield's North Woods by mile marker 16.
You are now entering Springfield. Where's the body?
Off the side of the ditch down there. Surrounded by all this crime scene tape.
Hello? Am I dead?
My name is John. I'm the new forensic pathologist. I can see you, and that's how we'll figure out how you were murdered.
That means ghosts are real!
Since then, I've noted multiple additional missing case files and even missing bodies.
Let's say I believe you came across some record-keeping discrepancies and a string of deaths. You're not an investigator, Jonathan. Stop trying to be one.
After everything I've discovered, I just need to know why. What happened in Springfield?
Going somewhere, Dr. Spacer?
Listen to How I Died, a full-cast police and medical procedural podcast with over 40 episodes already available. Then, tune in to Season 4 of How I Died, releasing now on all podcast apps.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Tom.
So big news to share, right?
Yes, huge, monumental, earth-shaking.
Heartbeat sound effect big. Mate is back.
That's right. After a brief snack nap.
We're coming back. We're picking snacks.
We're eating snacks.
We're rating snacks.
Like the snackologists we were born to be.
Mate is back.
Mike and Tom eat snacks.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Unless you get them from a snack machine, in which case, call us.
Call us.
Okay, so Angela says she doesn't believe in ghosts, contrasting, I think, really beautifully a scene that happens moments later where Ricky is like, I'm not going. And Brian's like, because you don't believe in ghosts. He's like, no, exactly because I believe in ghosts. I'm not going. Yeah. And I'm like, that's me. Like, as a young person, I hated when the Ouija board got pulled out. I hated when it was like time to do a seance. And like, I don't know how it is to be a teenager these days, but man, in the 90s, it was just all the rage to be conjuring up spirits. It was just like everybody was doing it. And I hated it because I believed in it so deeply that I was like petrified by the idea of asking a ghost to like join us.
Yeah, we were always light as a feather, stiff as a board it. You know what I mean?
The craft really didn't help things out, you know?
It's a lot.
Put it into overdrive. So, God, there's so much to talk about in this episode because it's really, it's so good. Brian fucking Krakow in this episode is really something special. He comes up to like Ricky and he's like, if you need to keep the clothes for longer, Ricky, like I just wanted to let you know it's okay. But also like he's just so awkward the whole time. He wants to like build on this friendship that is like blossoming, but he doesn't really know how to do it. And so he's just saying, it's kind of reminiscent of like when Angela says something to Jordan and she's like, why do I say things like this? Is like how I feel about Brian talking to any of them.
Yeah, I feel like it's just Brian trying to find an excuse to like talk to them and like be in the conversation. And he's like, oh, I got it. I can talk to him about the clothes. You know what I mean? And say something very, very silly. So yeah.
Be careful. You have to wash the pants separate.
Yeah.
Also, one thing in this scene between, it starts between Brian and Ricky, and then Rayanne sort of like blusters in as she does, especially in this episode more than any other, I think. And there's a line that like I would say all the time when I was in high school.
Tino and the forces of darkness are like that.
And she crosses her fingers and then she like whips her cape around and like disappears off into the daytime. And it's just foundational for me. That's all. You're here to listen to this podcast so you can learn about what I love, and that's what I love. So
does anyone really know Tino though? You know what I mean? And then we get to my bud Graham scoring a lot of points with me by just whipping up some pumpkin soup for the freezer, he says. He's just made it for the freezer. Like, we're just going to have these beautiful soups stored in the freezer. You know what I mean?
Joanna, I think that this episode turned me into an official graham cracker.
Welcome to the box.
Thank you. This wax paper is just lovely.
Welcome to the sleeve.
But between like the pumpkin soup for the freezer and then the pirate sex, like it's just like he's really checking all the boxes, you know? So I'm happy to be here with all of you.
There's this running thread that we haven't talked about yet where like Patty has hired this guy to do what Graham was doing. As Graham put it, no one can replace me.
And he's right.
And Boyd apparently has back problems or just doesn't like to work. One of the two things. But Patty's like, I've had it up to here with Boyd and I need to fire him, but I don't want to fire him. And this is another moment in the episode, maybe not exactly in this scene, but at some point in this episode, she says, it's scary thinking, it's so scary to have to fire someone. She says that it's scary. When we talk about like, these characters saying it's scary. It's scary to have to fire someone.
Yeah.
So, and you know, she's saying that, I think she's saying that when she's changing to her costume. So she's like becoming the like damsel-y figure or whatever, which we know Patty definitely isn't, but it's still like interesting. That choice of language there. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is the moment that
your best use of flannel saunters into the kitchen.
Sure does.
Of course.
It sure does. We're going for it. Let's play the jingle.
My jaw is on the floor. That flannel is divine. It's so fucking special. The best use of
yes, Joanna, of course, our shared, though I'm glad you have a backup. I'm very excited. I actually thought your backup was going to come later in the episode. But my best use of flannel is 100,000% Danielle rocking Angela's flannel to be an Angela almost better than the actual Angela. She really nails it.
I mean, other than the wig, she is like just rocking and rolling it. Like, it's perfect. The wig is a little, I mean, it's good, but it's, you know.
It's So it's but
she didn't dye her hair crimson glow or anything like that. You know what I mean? So
Patty and Graham would have flipped.
Patty also says, you know what Patty says when she thinks Danielle is being very Angela? She goes, "That was really scary." Scary.
She does. You're right.
But
God, if this would be a great drinking episode, drink every time somebody says something scary.
Something scary. Rayanne's scared of the dark. Anyway, best use of flannel, obviously. It is the best use of flannel.
Right. It is like they actually use. Yeah. She's using the flannel.
She's using the flannel. It's obviously the best use of flannel. My backup best use of flannel. Yeah. Once again, I just need to reiterate this every time because I never want an email about this. We are using flannel to also mean just like plaid. Angela's skirt, the skirt she wears in her costume is this like lovely,
that's a good choice.
Lovely plaid pattern.
That's a good choice.
When she takes out the costume, I didn't mention this earlier, but when she takes out the costume, Ricky's like, "Oh, it's mohair, like the sweater." And then so she's got this like lime green mohair, and then this like pink and green sort of plaid skirt thing. So.
I think that's a good choice. There's a scene later on with Danielle and the flannel, I believe, and Patty is wearing completely beautiful plaid pajamas. So I just thought that was going to be your backup.
I feel like I've already done like a Patty. I feel like I could just like coast on Patty nightwear this whole series, but we're trying not to have repeats. So it's a good third place.
All right,
third place contestant. Yeah.
So Patty and Graham have gotten their costumes. Patty is like putting on her Rapunzel costume and Graham is putting on his tights. There is a close-up of Graham's literal like groin area in the tights. I was like, wow. I felt like it was like a dig by the editors. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they didn't even call for that, but the editors were like, LOL, put that in. Yeah. There's like this
I'm definitely not scrubbing back through the episode to find this shot. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
This scene where they're first putting on their costumes, also there's like a pan flute like solo in the background. It's
bolero. Hold on, let me listen. Keep talking. I'm gonna listen to this music.
It begins what will be a very hilarious, wonderful journey between Patty and Graham as they are transformed by the magic of Ethan Rain.
Yeah.
Ethany. How do you make Ethan into a girl's name?
You can't. It's like Ethan
Raina. Yeah, they transform into
that tight
Did
shot.
You get to it?
It's so egregious.
I know. It's a really serious groin shot. Wow, and we all get to listen to Joanna looking at it for the first time.
Oh my
what a
God,
delight.
what was I doing the other times I watched this episode when that happened? Anyway.
We'll put it up on our social media. Happy Halloween. It'll just be a shot of Graham's groin.
Oh my God.
I'm
gonna make a gif of it.
Anyhow, this begins what is a hilarious journey where they sort of transform into Rapunzel and the pirate, and it's the pan flute
very
takes
cheesy.
us off.
It's very cheesy because like some about Patty's stuff somewhat seems natural. You know, she gets like more demure and damselly, but then like Graham saying something like, "I'll fire him myself, the filthy cur," and you're like, okay. Or later, I think he talks about eating children, and I'm like, okay.
I feel like this is like, you know, Patty and Graham, as much as they have sex all the time, like it's very apparent that they haven't really tried their hand at role playing, and they're like clumsy, but they're trying it out, you know?
But it seems like they're being like possessed by their costumes, right? Like that's the vibe, right? Like supernatural vibe, which is the plot of an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
If you haven't picked it up.
But also, more importantly, it speaks to this theme that we've talked about with Patty and Graham, which is this idea of like him feeling emasculated because he like went to work for her and her not liking being the boss sometimes, stuff like that. And as much as like she does like it, and as much as she is like a boss bitch, like Hillary Clinton, like figure, you know what I mean? She also like there's a part of her doesn't want to be that wants to just be like the prettiest girl in her high school, which she was, and like, you know, letting Graham take care of it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing to want both and to want to try things on. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's like that's like the root of fantasy too, right? Is that maybe you are like a boss bitch in your printing press job, but like maybe you don't want to be a boss bitch every time you have sex with your husband or whomever you're having sex
I love that
with.
Patty is like a boss bitch printer. Not like a lawyer or like whatever. Anyway.
Oh, I just laughed myself right off of the like meter, the like volume meter. Laughed myself right off of it.
You peeked.
I did. I forgot to lean back. Okay, so we talked about this scene a little bit already where Sharon, you know, kind of comes over and she just wants to trick or treat. She has this like really cute moment with Danielle, and Danielle also has like a really cute moment with Sharon where Sharon's like, I'm meeting with my boyfriend, and Danielle's like, oh, she's so excited about that.
Oh, Danielle's so
it's really cute and sweet. So they go out trick-or-treating. Now, Joanna, I wrote a note in all caps that had only you in mind for the next scene.
Okay.
Because we cut to the next scene. They're outside school. It's nighttime, and they're waiting for Tino, and Rayanne is like standing by the flagpole, and she thinks that like Tino has shown up or Angela has shown, you know, she thinks it's somebody, and she turns around and it's just Brian.
Oh my God, I forgot to think about that. Oh, it's just Brian.
It's just Brian. We get another it's just Brian.
Oh, classic. Oh, my favorite.
All of our delight.
My favorite reaction. It's just Brian. Also, it's public property. This repeated line in this episode. It's public property.
Brian left his keys in Brian's pants, but Brian's pants are on Ricky. This is the funniest thing that Angela and Rayanne have ever heard about.
Why
They're
is
cackling.
it like slight gay panic? Like why do they think it's so funny, do you think?
I feel like they just think it's hilarious. Like, I think that there's an element of it that, like, Brian is involved in their friend group in a way. Like, you know, like, I think that it's not gay panic, but just, like, that Brian has no idea that what he's saying could be funny is what makes it so funny. Okay. That Brian's not like, LOL, left my keys in your pants. Isn't that silly? But he's like, I left my keys in your pants?
Yeah.
I mean, my pants? Like, I think that's what's, I think.
Okay.
I didn't pick up on any gay panic.
No, I mean, like it would seem very uncharacteristic for them to have any. So I was just like, what am I missing here? Okay.
So then, of course, we go a little bit further with Sharon and Danielle, where she says, I wish you were my sister. And I love Sharon's response where she's like, Danielle, like, you know, she's not like, oh, totally get it. Angela sucks, right? She's like, hey, man, like, don't talk that way about your sister. Like, we know, right? Because she's kind of like their third sister in a way.
Yeah. Did you ever have that like friend? Remind me. No, you're the older sibling.
I'm the older. Yeah.
They were definitely like friends of my sister that I'm like, why aren't you my sister? You're nicer to me. You know what I mean?
I'm certain that my sister felt that way about my friends. I think she would have taken anyone over me by this point in time because I was the worst. But that's why this episode like really hit me so hard too, is because, you know, Danielle is this perfect dichotomy of like, I don't want Angela to be my sister, but also like then like sitting in her room later, like she sleeps in her flannel. She sleeps in it overnight, and then she like doesn't want to take it off. And when she does, she's like touching all the little bottles of makeup and things that she doesn't have yet. And it's just really, I really missed on my like initial viewings of this episode. I really missed the sort of beauty of Danielle looking up to Angela, and it really hit me very hard.
Yeah, and like her costume is meant to like make fun of Angela, but also just to like try on Angela, and like that moment I love so much because like Angela has talked all episode about how like, you know, she wants to wear a costume, but she's not going to wear a costume because like that's what kids do and stuff like that. And so this that, you know, just to fully go through that scene so we don't miss it later. Like, there's Danielle sitting there in Angela's flannel, like touching all of her stuff and being like, I can't wait till I'm older, sort of thing. But then she leaves behind like 2 pieces of candy for Angela of like, here's your childhood. You know what I mean? Like, here's the kid stuff. I want the older stuff, but here's the kid stuff for you, you know, sort of thing. So,
yeah. Oh, tears came to my eyes. Truly. It was really like, I was moved by it. And I was also like, how did I never really like sit with this moment before? It really hit me today. So yeah, surprise, Tino does not show up.
Who's Tino? And then the delivery of a dead man is so good. Like, it's really funny. Especially when we're talking about like actual ghosts in this episode, whatever. Just like, who's Tino, dead man. It's really good.
So Brian can't lie is the subtitle of this episode. He cannot tell a lie, and Rayanne immediately picks up on the fact that although she was joking about Brian knowing a way into the school, Brian does know a way into the school. So as soon as this is revealed, and this is like, so Ricky has also a really, I think, powerful episode.
Yeah.
They all do. This show is great. You know that. You're here listening to us talk about it. But like Ricky leaves the minute that they're like, we're going to be breaking and entering. Ricky's like, yeah, no, right? Like, I'm not going to participate in that because there are a lot of things about me that make that way riskier.
Yes.
And then he leaves. And when he leaves, he's sort of on his way home, we are to assume. And he's going by like the football field. And there's sort of like this cut of very like dudes on motorcycles and like revving their engines.
Which is so funny because like it looks, you know, like delinquent behavior in the 90s as well. But it's also like, this is such a like 50s greaser, like delinquent, like, ooh, motorcycle.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally. Yeah. But Ricky like clocks it, right? He's like, this is a this is like a dude thing, and I'm not safe where there's like a large amount of masculine energy. And he runs. Like it's a very quick little clip, but he like really runs from where he is to under the bleachers, to kind of like get away as quick as he can, and then runs into Jordan.
But this is another reason why I'm like, okay. Few things.
Yes.
We've talked about, I'm going to bring back the intelligence of Jordan Catalano, but this time in a positive way. So hopefully people won't get mad at me. Right. I think in this moment, Jordan Catalano has invented the concept of FOMO.
Oh my God. Joanna, I wrote literally the same note down. I'm going to play the sound clip because we both wrote it down.
Okay.
It's always the same. But you come because you think, you know, maybe something cool will happen. Because what if something did happen and you missed it?
So that's a great scene, and it's another moment where Jordan like doesn't want to be who he's expected to be, right? He's expected to be there. Yeah. He doesn't want to be that person, all that sort of stuff. But my favorite Jordan moment is him being like looking at Ricky and being like, but these guys are pretty ripped, so you should go. Like, right? It's a good moment for that kid.
It really is. Like, he's super aware of who Ricky is, who his friends are, and the fact that like he needs to protect, you know, I mean, he's not protecting in the way that like you want somebody to protect, where he's going to be like
standing
defending,
up for him. Yeah, exactly.
He's standing up for him, but he is protecting in a way that a lot of people don't do even this level of protection.
Right.
So yeah, I was super there for that too. And felt like it was really observant. Like he was really present in the moment. Points for Jordan.
Kristin?
Brian?
Kristin?
Yes.
I've just texted you something. Can you check your phone?
Oh my gosh. I can check my phone, as a matter of fact.
Can you do
a text from Joanna Robinson. Did you just make this GIF? Okay, listener, it's a GIF of Graham pulling up his groin tights. Did you just make this?
Yeah.
While you were talking. This is the level of Joanna Robinson podcasting, that she can fully podcast and also make a GIF at the same time. Wow. Oh my God, I can't. The minute we're done taping this episode, I'm putting that GIF on the internet.
All right.
Wow.
Things get really spooky, right? Like Brian looks at Ray's leg. He locks them in. Angela's too distracted by a ghost, a literal ghost.
An actual ghost. A real ghost.
To notice any of this Brian and Rayanne stuff that's happening. And then we like later after the Jordan scene, like we get the like blue moon, like sort of she follows that like a like a cartoon sniffing like a sweet aroma in the air, like down the hallway. To this dance. So we should say, if you haven't seen the episode of Buffy, I Only Have Eyes for You, it centers around this like Sadie Hawkins dance. Like that's the ghost dance of that episode. It's just so the same. It's crazy.
It's so the same because it's also like Buffy and Angel are like playing out the parts of these two other characters, which is essentially what's happening with Angela and Jordan. And like, it's so the same.
Yes. So we get some Blue Moon, but we also get Johnny Angel, which, by the way, is a song that I sang at a couple different talent shows when I was young for some reason.
Okay, so you'll be doing a version for us?
Sure can.
Great.
Which is a fun song to pick, right? Because Johnny Angel, like, you know, boyfriend Angel, boyfriend dead guy. Anyway, so this girl and her friend are in the gym and they're talking about this guy, and it's actually kind of the reverse of what you would think. You would think that the girl was like, oh, I like him, and her friend's like, he's no good for you, but that's not really the case. The friend, who's played by Lindsay Sloan, who I think of as Valerie from Sabrina, but also Big Red from Bring It On is how you might think of her. She's been in a lot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I should say.
Right.
Like the original, the 90s one. So she's like, he really likes you. Oh, so like the premise is this girl thinks Nicky Driscoll is not good enough for her. And the parallels are supposed to be like, Angela, you can save Jordan in the way that this girl like didn't care to save Nicky Driscoll. And my question is like, why do these young men need women to save them from themselves?
Save them? Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so she's trying to, Nikki's determined to do this reckless thing and she wants to stop him. And of course she can't because it already happened, because we're talking about ghosts.
Ghosts.
Yeah.
Real ghosts.
Real ghosts.
Meanwhile, fucking Rayanne and Brian are having the time of their fucking lives. The power goes completely out. Rayanne is like, I'm afraid of the dark, which is very cute because she actually is afraid of the dark. And she pulls the proverbial wool over Brian's eyes by telling him a tale about why she's afraid of the dark, to the point where he puts his arm around her. This is like... I feel like this is like the closest we get to seeing Rayanne in action. Like, and she's very self-aware of the fact that she likes, like, that this is like what she does. She wants the attention. She wants to be like manipulating the situation. And there's a moment when Brian is like, so why are you afraid of the dark? And he like sits down next to her, and her hair is sort of like this curtain between them, so he can't see her but we can, and she smiles, and I'm like, if you had to distill the essence of Rayanne, it's like that smile of the moment that she knows she's got him. Yeah
It's so true. And like, and she says it explicitly, you know what I mean? He goes, my hobby is observing things, or my hobby is noticing things. And she goes, my hobby is being noticed. I live for it. Just don't leave me alone. You know what I mean? But like, she genuinely is scared of the dark. So,
that part is not a lie. Graham and Patty, we should mention, they are trying to give candy to trick-or-treaters, but their costumes are overcoming them. And we get to a point where Graham, this is when I become a Graham cracker. The moment that Graham rips the bodice off of Patty, I'm like, yep, I'm in.
When you enter,
I'm in for Graham crackers.
The box. And Patty kicks her sensible heels up in the air. And
that's a great, like, extended shot of her feet.
And tells him to leave the tights on just for a few minutes longer.
Yeah. Yep. Leave the tights on for long enough for Joanna to make a gif of them, Graham. Okay, so we all know what's going to happen here. Nikki's going to die. Spoiler alert, Nikki dies. Nikki's friend is like, yo, the principal can't treat us like this. Like, we have to string this, like, principal figure up
This
from the gym.
effigy, the effigy of the principal that they've made. Okay,
it's like super fucked up
a lot.
for a lot of reasons. Yeah. And Nicky is again now paralleling Jordan, right? Like Jordan's under the bleachers being like, "Ugh, I'm so over this like defacing of property,"
right.
you know, and Nicky is like, "Oh, I'm so over like effigies of the principal."
Every year another effigy. Boy. I feel like Jordan's like, or Nicky's like, doll face. I've been doing this for 20 years. It'll fit you like a glove. That effigy will fit you like a glove. Sorry, I love that lady.
God, I'm so glad that I really didn't want to end the episode before you did at least one impression of the costume shop lady.
Oh, love her, love her.
And then I guess he dies, and she's like, I mean, as he leaves, she's like, "You threw your life away for no reason." We go to the Danielle scene that we already talked about, where she leaves the candy. And then Brian and Rayanne wake up together.
I will say
this
really,
is a great...
really quickly, my favorite Brian and Rayanne moment of the series so far is actually the earlier part where she was like giving him the like alibi on the phone.
Oh,
and helping
yes,
him.
with his mom.
Yeah. And she's like, "'Cause he'll wake the grandmother." Every time she does that, I laugh. It's really good. It's really funny.
Yeah, I really like their pairing. Mm-hmm. It's like, I mean... I know that probably they didn't make out, but there's a part of me that hopes like maybe they just made out a little bit.
Just a little. Like a little.
Just a little bit for Halloween. It's just a holiday.
Yeah. What's the Halloween equivalent of mistletoe? Under the harvest cornucopia.
So yeah, they did sleep together, literally, down in the basement, and they wake up in this like slapsticky, I don't know, it's not quite the Rocky Horror Picture Show Janet, Brad, but it's like that kind of a vibe of like they scream because they woke each other up, and then the janitor's there and they scream at the janitor.
George.
And then they go and they wake Angela up. She's asleep upstairs. How did everybody fall asleep? Was it all of the poltergeists? Like, I don't understand.
Like Angela definitely is sleeping a supernatural sleep of I've danced with the poltergeists. Like that's
right.
You know, that she like dropped on the floor of the hallway. And then I feel like Brian and Rayanne got tuckered out by like talking deep into the night or something like that. So
about all their feelings about being afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
Camille had a party that Patty and Graham missed because they were fucking.
Mm-hmm.
On the heels of them having great, Halloween possessed sex, Patty fires Boyd. And this is as hot as Graham was when he ripped the bodice off of Patty. Patty is equally as hot when she fires Boyd on the phone, I think.
Yes, but also, and then Graham's a little like, womp womp.
Yeah. It's probably just how Bill felt, when Hillary took power. Anyway, this is sad. So speaking of womp womp, when we go back to school, it's really cute. Brian's like all excited and he's like, I had this crazy night. And this like really made me feel sad for Brian in a way that maybe nothing else has to this point. Because he's like, what did Rayanne say happened? And Ricky's like, oh, she said nothing happened. It was a total waste. And he is so deflated. And it's such a bummer because why did Rayanne even say that? She did have a good time. Come on.
Yeah. Well, we should say really quickly that Patty returns the costume but keeps the handkerchief, keeps a little remnant of her misadventure.
What is that line? Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
From Star Wars, right?
Yeah, it's from Star Wars, totally. Yeah, the costume lady knows exactly what's happened.
She knows everything. I'm gonna have to charge you for that one, doll face. All right. Love her.
Yeah, and then Angela and Jordan have the argument, essentially, that Angela has already had with Nicky Driscoll in the Poltergeist segment of the episode, where Jordan is like, it doesn't matter, right? Like, she already believes this thing about me, to get to your point about costumes and masks and things, right? Jordan is very aware of the fact that, like, it doesn't matter who he is. This teacher has already decided for him who he is, and this doesn't matter. And Angela's like, of course it matters. They have a very good passionate chemistry. Like they really can fight, Angela and Jordan.
Yeah. Plus, I mentioned to you this off air. He looks great in his little 90s Boy Scout shirt, which is very like also very greaser. Like, you know, if his shirt were open and it was like a short sleeve white shirt instead of a long sleeve like thermal underneath, this would be, you know, this is our 90s greaser boy. Here he is.
Totally. Did you also scour like Salvation Armies and things like this for button up shirts that had kind of like gas station attendant patches on them?
No, because I was not cool enough. But if I were, I definitely would have, and I would have paired them with some Dickies, and I would have been really cool. But I was not.
Yeah,
but if I had,
I guess I was cool. Then I was cool.
You were cool. Are you kidding?
I don't think I was cool, but I definitely like I have a visceral memory of the many shirts on a rack and like finding one with it. Like when you found one with the fucking name, if it was like George or Bob, you were like, yes.
You're like,
victory is
it says
mine.
Sam. How about that? You know. Anyway. Yeah. And then Jordan, the one where Jordan goes to class.
The one, yeah.
And Angela looks so pleased with herself. And then I asked Kristin this very important question I would like to hear from you, dear listeners. I believe Claire Danes is wearing a wig at the end of this shot that she was not wearing in the rest of the episode. In the close-up, where she finds the like, ghost rose in her book.
Thank God you mentioned it, because my last note is spooky rose.
But like, why? If so, why do we think Claire Danes is wearing, like, you know, what was she? Is this Little Women hair, Romeo and Juliet hair? What is she hiding underneath that wig?
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. So listen. This is the Halloween episode. I can't tell you what joy it brings me that 25 years after seeing the Halloween episode of My So-Called Life that forged me, I get to talk about this Halloween episode with you, Joanna Robinson, to air it on the actual day of Halloween. Like, I'm going to be looking over my shoulder all day today because I'm worried that Nicky Driscoll may have been conjured one more time. You know? There's power here is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are you dressing up for Halloween?
Yes, I am.
What are you going to be? Or what are you?
I went and got my hair cut and dyed last week. And usually I get purple, but I got this sort of like seaweedy green sort of color.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
The phrase I used was sea witch, and I've got a crimping iron and some black contacts and some like green fake eyelashes. And I'm gonna do some, and I have this like scaly makeup effect that I know how to do. So I'm gonna do some sort of like sea witchery sort of thing.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
you had me at black contacts.
I mean, we'll see if I get them in my eyeballs. You know
I
what
believe
I
in
mean?
you. I believe in you. You can do it.
How about you?
Well, so I feel like these days I've been really, my Halloweens have been focused on dressing up for buffering the Vampire Slayer specifically, and then also dressing my cats up. Actually, this is the first year I had two cats. Yeah, for Halloween. So last year, I think really takes the Halloween cat costume cake, if you will, because I dressed Sam up as Freddy Krueger, and it was my favorite thing ever because I'm obsessed with Freddy Krueger. This year, I'm dressing the cats up in theme for buffering as Dracula and a bat, I think it's gone pretty well for them. They both behaved well in their costumes, and I dressed up for buffering only. I don't have like an actual Halloween costume, and I have to say that like watching this episode, I became very disappointed in myself, and I made the it's not a New Year's resolution. I guess it's a Halloween resolution that next Halloween I'm going to go full Rayanne Graff vampire. Yes. Like full. Like I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna get all of it. I have the boots. I need the tights. I have the fangs. I got to figure out the hair. But like I'm gonna go hard Rayanne.
Here's my
Just
promise
give me
to
a
you.
year.
Here's my promise to you. If you dress up as Rayanne Graff,
oh my God, yes,
and we are still friends, which
okay,
we will be. But you know, some people don't like commitment. You're out. Commitments are friends. So I just like to build that trapdoor in there.
I'm in for the commitment, goddammit.
I will dress up as Graham the Pirate.
Oh my God.
Purple tights.
Wow.
Ballsy shirt. I have the bandana.
Oh my God.
The hat.
It's going to be the best Halloween ever.
I'll do it.
I can't wait. I'm so mad that it's only just Halloween 2019. I'm going to have to wait a whole year for this.
Remember this moment.
You heard it here first, listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did it. Did we talk about all of the things we were supposed to talk about for Halloween?
I think we did it.
Can't wait for your interior pumpkin shots. Tweet them at us at Boiler Room Cast.
Do we have a haiku for this episode?
Oh, we do have a haiku. Okay, are you ready for Kate Vlasik's Halloween haiku, Joanna?
Can't wait.
Here we go. Brian loaned Ricky dirty clothes without even checking the pockets? It's so good. Oh my God, wait.
That's true. That's definitely true.
It is true. Also, I read that one without like really looking closely. There's actually two. Kate was so excited about the Halloween episode that she wrote 2 haikus. So that was one. And the second one is, everyone has strong FOMO. Halloween sort of always feels like that, which is like the meaningful, deep haiku of Halloween. Also, it's good to know that all 3 of us
thought about Jordan Catalano inventing FOMO.
Right? It literally invented the concept of FOMO in this episode. So apart from dressing up as a sea witch, what else do you have going on this week?
Oh gosh. You'll find me talking about Lost over on the Storm podcast. You'll find me talking about His Dark Materials over on the Still Watching podcast. Just for one episode, I'm afraid. And then you'll find me on Twitter at Patty's Flapper Dress.
Beautiful. Let's see. What am I doing this week? You can find me talking about vampires all the time, as a matter of fact. This week is a special vampire week for the Boiler Room, but every week is a vampire week for Buffering the Vampire Slayer. So we're doing some fun stuff over there. Yeah, I guess you can find me on Twitter at Rayanne's Fangs.
Spooky. Yeah. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Go. Now. Go.
I mean, we didn't do it together, but we did it together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that was actually the closest we've come.
I agree.
To me, Johnny Angel, how I love him. He's got something that I can't resist, but he doesn't even know that I exist. Johnny Angel, how I want him, how I tingle when he passes by. Every time he says hello, my heart begins to fly.
I've got a homicide in Springfield's North Woods by mile marker 16.
You are now entering Springfield. Where's the body?
Off the side of the ditch down there. You know, surrounded by all this crime scene tape.
Hello? Am I dead?
My name is John. I'm the new forensic pathologist. I can see you, and that's how we'll figure out how you were murdered.
That means ghosts are real.
Since then, I've noted multiple additional missing case files and even missing bodies.
Let's say I believe you came across some record-keeping discrepancies and a string of deaths. You're not an investigator, Jonathan. Stop trying to be one.
After everything I've discovered, I just need to know why. What happened in Springfield?
Going somewhere, Dr. Spacer?
Listen to How I Died, a full-cast police and medical procedural podcast with over 40 episodes already available. Then, tune in to Season 4 of How I Died, releasing now on all podcast apps.
From the darkest corners of our imagination, comes a game show that's more ridiculous than terrifying. Welcome to Tickled to Death, the horror comedy game show where nothing is sacred, everything's a little unhinged, and the only thing more cursed than the questions are the jokes. I'm Roz Hernandez, your fearless host, and each week I'll be leading a brave group of guests through twisted horror trivia, improv games, and enough sarcastic banter to make you question all your life's choices. So come for the screams, stay for the snark. Listen to Tickled to Death wherever you get your podcasts, and hit follow unless you want the show to follow you. In the meantime, don't get tickled to death.